Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Hi students, so in this video now we are going to discuss regarding continuation of root modifications. So here continuation of root modifications we are going to discuss. Why? Because somewhat information in root modifications I have given in previous video. So by covering of a previous video, so or by continuation of a previous video, now somewhat information I have given here in this video. And one more is, so today I am going to explore regarding stem functions and stem modifications. So here there are different types of stem modifications are there. So today onwards, means this video onwards, so let us concentrate on stem modifications. So in the next coming two videos. So first of all, let us have a look on the root modifications. Furtherly, let us discuss regarding stem and its modifications. Come, let us have a look on this. Students, so continuation of root modifications. Continuation of root modifications are there. So previously in the previous video, what are the modifications I have given now? Storage roots. Next one, nodular roots I have given. Next one. So there are different types of root modifications I have given now. Now continuation concerned. So moniliform. So moniliform root modifications. So there beaded roots. Okay, there the modifications that the modifications of the root has alternative solen part. One more time, moniliform is nothing but, or we will be calling by one more name, beaded root. So there the modified root has alternative or alternate swollen and constructed regions, giving it a chain of bead like appearance. So one more time, moniliform consent. So here this moniliform, so our beaded like roots, definitely. So here the what are the types of roots we can be seen means beaded like roots, so will be like in a chain arrangement, means the chain of a bead like appearance we can be seen. So one more time, so the chain of bead like appearance we can be seen. For example, once you see there Momardica indica, Tete Kerala, common name. Okay, so there, so that kind of roots arrangement or root modifications we will be taking as moniliform or beaded root. One more time, once you see there moniliform roots or the beaded roots means here the modified roots has alternative solen and constructed regions we can be seen. Means how girls will wear bead like or chain like structures with the beads. So likewise arrangement we can be seen. So once you see there the chain of bead like appearance, for example Momardica indica, so common name is Tete Kerala. So next one, climbing root concerned in the woody climbers or vines like means here once you see there woody climbers or vines like so for example what are the plants? Piper beetle, palm leaf, and one more is pothos species. Pothos species means for easy to understand money plant. Okay, means in a palm plant I think so, do you know very well, Piper beetle, palm plant, palm leaf plant, and one more is pothos species there. Common name is money plant there. What are the types of roots we can be seen means hanging roots we can be seen. So these hanging roots only arise from the nodes or internodes. So did you observe one point? Hanging roots arise from the nodes or internodes or both parts. Means sometimes these are all coming from the nodes or coming from the internodes, or sometimes both. So such kind of thing we can be seen. So here when these nodes or when these roots are coming from the nodes or internodes or both parts, which twins around the support, or which twin around and clasps. Okay, clasp the support to provide mechanical strength to the plant. So means here these kind of roots, so these kind of clinging roots, so definitely twin around the support and provides a mechanical strength to the plant. Okay, so such kind of thing means here what is information? So climbing roots or the climbing roots definitely helps in climbing of plant. Okay, climbing of a tree also we can be taken. So now till now two types of root modifications we have seen. One is a moniliform root modifications. So simply moniliform we will be calling by beaded root. Next one, climbing roots. So for example, piper beetle, and one more is pothos species. Pothos species common interesting one or vernacular name is money plant. This one we all people know very well. Next one, assimilatory roots. So assimilatory roots, for example, Trapanathans, and one more is Tinospora, etc. Means here Tinophyllum also we can be taken, Tinophyllum also we can be taken under assimilatory roots. So here once if you observe this side heading now, so there the roots itself performs the process of photosynthesis. So how roots performs the process of photosynthesis means there green hanging roots are present. So definitely, so green hanging roots are present means definitely what are the pigments are present in the roots? So which one? Chlorophyll definitely is present. Very good. So due to the presence of chlorophyll, so definitely these kind of fruits are seems to be or appear like a green in color. So because of the presence of chlorophyll, definitely these roots performs the process of photosynthesis. That's why so these particular roots we will be calling as photosynthetic roots or assimilatory roots. Now once you see the information, Trapanathans, Tinospora and the Tinophyllum, so green hanging like roots, hanging roots arise from the aerial parts which due to the presence of chlorophyll pigments can performs the photosynthesis process known as assimilatory roots. So as per explanation, so these points everything we have seen. So means till now, so moniliform we seen, climbing roots we seen, next one assimilatory roots we seen, isn't it? So next one, epiphytic roots. Epiphytic roots best examples orchids. Okay, orchids. So epiphytic roots best example orchids. So these orchids consist of two types of roots. So don't forget, it is important. So these epiphytic roots definitely consist of two types of roots. One is clinging roots. Spelling is CLINGING, clinging roots, and one more is velamin roots. Don't forget, one is clinging root and second one is velamin root, VELAMEN, velamin roots. Now here these clinging roots helps in support means definitely why? Because epiphytes, once you see there, epiphytes means the plants which are present on the another plant. Did you see that kind of plants before? So yes, now so best example where we can be seen means best example orchids. So generally orchids are present or leaves as epiphytes means which are present on the another plant. Okay, and takes the support from the host or another plant. So there in that kind of epiphytic plants, two types of roots are present. One is clinging roots and one more is velamin roots. Now clinging roots function, sir, if two types of roots are there means then what are the functions of these two means I have written shortly once you see there. Clinging roots helps in support. Sir, how sir? Means when these plants present on the another plant, definitely it has to take the support from the host, otherwise the chance is there to fall down, isn't it? So means here the clinging roots helps in support or provides the support, whereas velamin roots helps or these velamin roots consist of a dead tissue or dead and hygroscopic tissue. Hygroscopic tissue means the tissue which has the capability to absorb the moisture from the atmosphere. So that is a point only I have mentioned once you see there. So velamin roots so consist of dead and hygroscopic tissue and helps in absorption of moisture from the atmosphere. So thereby, so these velamin roots when absorbs the water and minerals from the moisture, no, so definitely by using of that moisture definitely performs the process of photosynthesis. Means in this particular case, no, one point I would like to give clarity. So here, so because of the having of a photosynthetic nature, okay, where in a epiphytic plants, so these epiphytic plants depends on the host only partially. So means here, so just it will take it is taking off dependence only from the host, but so for the consumption of food materials or for the taking of water and minerals concerned, these epiphytes not at all depending on the host plant. So means when these epiphytic plants are present on the host, no, so even though these epiphytic plants present on the plant not engulf the water and minerals and the food materials from the host, just taking the shelter, it's enough. Okay, why? Because here, because of the presence of velamin roots, it absorbs the water, means moisture from the atmosphere, and the plants means definitely epiphytic plants, no, definitely has the capability so to prepare its own food. So thereby, so in this particular case, no, I am going to concentrate on epiphytic roots. Epiphytic roots means the plants which are present on the another plants consist of special type of roots, no, so such kind of roots. Okay, let us leave it. Next one, haustorial roots or sucking roots. Okay, haustorial roots concerned, what is information? So here I have given one example, that is cuscuta. So cuscuta information concerned, what are the points? Small peg-like, PEG, small peg-like outgrowths comes from the plant and penetrate into the host tissue. Means here definitely haustorial roots means here some kind of outgrowths developed from the parasitic plant and penetrate into the host tissue and absorbs the water, minerals and food materials. So means here this particular plant absorbs the water and minerals as well as food materials. So thereby here what is the point? So here definitely, so some kind of roots having of a specialized structures means or some kind of a plants having of separated or special type of roots for absorption of water and minerals, along with water and minerals, food materials consumption also, some kind of a special roots development will be there. So such kind of roots only we will be calling as haustorial roots. So here the best example in a haustorial roots, the best example, what is the point we have taken? Cuscuta we have taken. Cuscuta is the best example of haustorial roots. Next one, so these are all different types of which one? Root modifications. Next one, stem information concern. Here till now I have given explanation on the root modifications. So there are different types of root modifications. So by mentioning of textbook examples and apart from the textbook, I have covered so many examples under root modifications. So try to check all these and try to learn all these examples as well as modifications. NEET examination concern important. Next one, stem information. So this particular stem, aerial ascending axis. So spelling ASCENDING, ascending axis of the plant body. So that develops from the plumule. So here in previous video I have given information regarding this one. Means here, suppose if you take one dicotyledonous seed, there embryonal axis is there. The embryonal axis which is above the level of cotyledons we will be calling as a plumule, and embryonal axis below the level of cotyledon we will be calling as radicle. Likewise we see now. So now here this particular stem is developed from the plumule. Okay, so means here this plumule definitely responsible to the development of aerial shoot system known as stem. Okay. Next one, the stem with its branches. So means here this particular stem consists of branches, leaves, flowers and other appendages. So grouply we will be calling as shoot system. So system is nothing but, so suppose if the stem consists of branches, leaves, flowers and other kind of appendages, if all together are present, no, so such kind of combined structures of stem we can be taken as shoot system. So this particular stem, so this particular stem, what is the importance of this system? No, definitely this particular stem grows positively phototropic. So once you see there, positively phototropic, this plus sum plus positively phototropic and negatively geotropic. Once you see that, so this stem generally grows, this particular stem grows generally positively phototropic and negatively geotropic. So whereas roots concerned positively geotropic and negatively phototropic, roots in case of roots, but here the stem concerned that grows definitely positively phototropic and negatively geotropic. But okay, now next one. So young stems are normally green herbaceous. So definitely young stems are normally green and herbaceous but become brown and woody at maturity. So here one, what is the point? Now young stem is there, young stem, this particular one normally green and herbaceous, but when it is definitely it become woody and green, brown and woody at maturity with exogenous branches. So definitely exogenous means branches development we can be seen. Next one, this particular stem consists of nodes as well as internodes. So that point we have seen so many times. So means definitely, this particular thing means which one? The stem consists of nodes as well as internodes. Next one, but here one important point I would like to give you. So whereas in case of roots, nodes and internodes are absent. Nodes and internodes are absent in roots, but nodes and internodes are present in stem. Okay ma? Next one, leaves. Leaves concerned, definitely leaves are always developed from the node. Okay, definitely. So leaves are developed from the nodes of the stem, isn't it? Next one, it has, so which one? The stem has normal buds known as apical or terminal. Next one more type of buds, axillary buds. So these axillary buds present at the axils of the leaf. Next one, apical or terminal buds present at the apical regions of the stem. So this point already we discussed so many times. So next one, so this particular stem may also have adventitious cauline buds. Adventitious cauline buds means, so suppose here cauline, why I have written cauline, C-A-U-L-I-N-E means, so definitely suppose if any kind of buds are present on the stem, so such particular buds we will be taking as cauline buds. Adventitious cauline buds are present. Okay. Next one, functions concern. The functions of stem concern, what are the functions we can be taken means, the main function of stem is, one more time, the functions of stem concerned, the main functions of a stem is that spread out its appendages. So spread out its appendages means here what are the structures are present on the stem. So what are the structures are present on the stem now? So definitely all these structures, so definitely all these appendages, so definitely all these appendages are spread out because of the presence of stem. Okay, that is a main important function. Why? Because suppose when leaves are present on the stem, no, suppose this particular stem is not present aerially means, or not involved in the spreading of its appendages equally means at the time no chance to the process of photosynthesis. That's why definitely the main function of a stem is it's definitely involves in spread out its appendages means what are the structures are present on the stem, all kind of structures we can be taken as appendages. Next one, the stem also helps in conduction of water and minerals. Definitely help this particular stem means this particular stem is present between, or it is acting as a junction like a structure between roots as well as aerial stems or aerial parts. So thereby this particular stem also involves in the conduction of water and minerals and photosynthetates, and definitely helps in mechanical support means This particular stem involves in the conduction of water minerals as well as photosynthetics. Next one definitely helps in mechanical support and storage, sometimes storage of food materials. Next one protection concern as well as vegetative propagation concern, definitely this particular stem involves. So that's why here the functions of a stem concern, so we will observe a lot of the functions. There are different types of functions of a stem we will observe. Next one, stem modifications. So stem modifications, so this is a very important information, so try to concentrate once. Now what is information? Stem modifications. So stem modifications concern, so the permanent structural change, the permanent structural changes, permanent structural changes, the permanent structural change in the stem that performs special functions. One more time, the permanent structural change in the stem that performs special functions, suitable to the environment. Okay, means the permanent structural change in the stem that performs special functions, which are suitable to the environment. So that kind of modifications only we will be taking as stem modifications. Okay, stem modifications. Next one, they are 3 types. So which one? Definitely stem modifications, or there are 3 different types of stem modifications are there. So there are different types of stem modifications are there. So what are those? So one is underground stem modification, second one is subaerial stem modifications, next one is aerial stem modifications. So one more time, so stem modifications, there are 3 different types over there. One is underground stem modifications, second one is subaerial stem modifications, and third one is aerial stem modifications. Now let us have a look on the underground stem modifications. So before discuss or before continue to learn information on the underground stem modifications, so what are the points till now we have concentrated on this system? Once let us have a look. So means here first of all, stem definitely aerial. So aerial, that grows aerially. Next one ascendingly, so that grows aerially, ascending in our axis. So definitely, so here this particular stem definitely developed from the plumule. Next one, this particular stem grows positively phototropic and negatively geotropic. Next one, young stem will be normally in green as well as green herbaceous, but become brown and woody at maturity. Next one, here once you see there, what is information? Next one, here the leaves are developed from the nodes. Next one, so there are different types of buds are present, axillary buds are present as well as apical buds also present. Next one, functions concerned, so definitely involves in that spreading out of its appendages. Next one helps in the conduction of water and minerals. Next one provides mechanical support. Next point, next function, storage of food materials and gives protection and involves in the vegetative propagation. Next one, stem modifications concerned, there are 3 different types of modifications are there. Underground stem modifications, subaerial stem modifications, next one aerial stem modifications. Now let us have a look on the underground stem modifications. Now under underground stem modifications, now here few points we need to revise. Means generally our knowledge concerned, stem is present aerially, isn't it? But generally stem is present aerially, but in this particular case no, stem is present in underground. Okay, so when this particular stem is present in underground, no, what are the parts of the stems are present aerially, we are observing, no, all such kind of parts are modified. For example, once you see there, suppose if the stem is present aerially, we will find leaves, isn't it? So in underground stem modifications, leaves are modified into scale leaves. Point you understood or not? Means here there are 3 different types of stem modifications over there. That is first one is underground stem modifications. So their stem is present in underground or within the soil it is present. So here what are the modifications or what is importance of the underground stem modifications? Now let us have a look on this. So now first point is stem is stem of some plants or permanently present within the soil. So this point we wanted to discuss. So we know very well about this one. So what is that point? So stems of some plants are permanently present within the soil for the purpose of perennation. So perennation is nothing but suppose when the plants are growing or when the plants are surviving for many years. Okay, means here the lifespan of the plants is more than 2 years. So such kind of plants, so simply we will be taking as perennials. Why? Because here the stem is present within the soil. So suppose if any kind of a herbaceous animals comes also, it will cut the aerial parts and it will go. It will eat only aerial parts, but here the stem is present in underground now. So thereby, so no problem to the underground stem modification. So thereby perennation condition we can be seen. Okay ma? So perennation is nothing but the lifespan of the plant. So suppose if the more than 2 years is there means, so such kind of a phenomenon we will be taking as perennation. Now here and vegetative propagation. So here there definitely some parts of the stems definitely present within the soil for the purpose of perennation, and one more purpose also is there, that is for vegetative propagation. So here the two main functions are there, one is for perennation and one more is for vegetative propagation. Next one, they also store some food materials. So definitely these stem modifications or definitely this particular stem involves in the storage of food materials also. Next one, these stems are known as, means once you see that the stem involves in perennation, stems involves in vegetative propagation, next one stem is involves in storage of food materials. So likewise the stem involves in there are different types of functions now. That's why such kind of stem modifications we will be calling as multi-purpose stem modifications. Multi-purpose stem modifications. Next one, underground stem modifications differs from the root. One more time, underground stem modification differs from the root in presence of nodes as well as internodes. So this point we have discussed so many times. One more time, suppose if the stem is present there in underground or aerially, so there definitely what is the point we can be seen? So definitely we can be seen the presence of nodes as well as internodes, but here the nodes and internodes are absent in roots. Roots. So this point is important. Next one, there in underground stem modifications, nodes as well as internodes, scale leaves, adventitious roots at present at the nodes. So definitely at every node adventitious roots we can be seen, scale leaves we can be seen. Scale leaves, what are the structures sir? Scale leaves means, so scale leaves are modifications of leaf. So means here the leaves are modified. Why? Because now the stem is present in underground. So leaves, structures, leaf madhuri will not be there. Definitely must be modified. That's why here the leaves are modified into scale leaves. Okay, means our knowledge concerned definitely leaves are present at every node only now. So that's why here the scale leaves also present at every node, and the presence of buds in the axils of the scale leaves. So now here, so axillary buds are present at axillary region of leaf. Now when this leaf is converted into scale leaf, now axillary buds also present at the axillary region of scale leaves. So thereby here, what is the point? The axillary buds are developed or protected by the scale leaves. Okay. Next one, based on the direction of growth. One more time, based on the direction of growth and the parts that stores the food materials, the underground stem modifications are classified into 4 types. One more time, once you see that, what is the point now we are going to learn? Based on the direction of growth. Based on the direction of growth and the part that stores for food. Okay. Based on this one, means first one is based on the direction of growth and the part that stores the food materials. Based on that one, the underground stem modifications are classified into 4 types. Important. So what are those? Rhizome, corm, stem tuber, bulb. One more time, rhizome, corm, stem tuber, bulb. Okay. Now first one let us study, that is rhizome. So here the rhizome. Now thick underground. So which one? Rhizome is a thick underground dorsiventral stem. Dorsiventral stem means, so suppose if you take one dicot leaf, no, so there what is the upper surface and what is the lower surface or lower epidermis and upper epidermis. So very easily we can distinguish, so we can separate. Okay. So likewise here also in rhizome, thick underground stem is present, dorsiventral stem is present. Dorsiventral means dorsal side as well as ventral side can be differentiated. Okay. And that particular stem grows horizontally at the particular depth in the soil. So in rhizome, what is the main important point I would like to explain, or I am asking to remember means, that is horizontal growth of the rhizome. Means the rhizome definitely grows horizontally in the soil. Okay. So means rhizome definitely, don't forget this point, rhizome grows horizontally at particular depth in the soil. So such particular modification we can be taken as rhizome. Next one, adventitious roots. Adventitious roots develops from the ventral suture of the rhizome. Adventitious roots develops from the ventral suture of the rhizome. Next one, terminal buds develops. So terminal buds develops from the aerial shoot. Okay, aerial shoot that bear inflorescence. Means from the terminal bud, aerial shoot system formation takes place. Next one, from the aerial shoot system to inflorescence also development will be there. Okay. So means adventitious roots definitely develops from the ventral suture. Next one, aerial shoot system which is develops in the or aerial shoot system that is develops from the terminal bud. Okay, now axillary buds helps in vegetative propagation by giving rise to daughter rhizomes. So thereby, so what is the point? Definitely daughter rhizomes are formed from the axillary buds only. So thereby involves in vegetative propagation, and the terminal buds helps in formation of aerial shoot system and involves in the formation of inflorescence. Now here, what are the examples of rhizome we can be seen means, so rhizome is a perennial, already we have seen. Okay. So definitely, so grows or that will be there more than 2 years. Okay. So perennials and stores of food materials. Now here, one point, rhizome perennial and stores of food. Next one, scale leaves are present at every node. So these are all points we have discussed already. Next one, examples concerned. Rhizome best examples are Gingiber officinalis. So scientific name you try to remember, Gingiber officinalis, ginger. Curcuma longa, turmeric. Next one, Musa paradisiaca, banana plant, or simply you try to remember Musa, M-U-S-A, Musa banana plant. Curcuma longa, turmeric plant. Next one, Gingiber officinalis, ginger. Okay. So likewise, so here I have started underground stem modifications. So in the next video, so remaining parts means corm, stem tuber, bulb. So after completion of these three, I will move forward to explain subaerial stem modifications. So this entire explanation is important. Try to revise these videos. So suppose if you could not understand by first time, so try to watch 2 or 3 times. So that only you can understand this entire explanation very clearly without any doubts. Thank you.